Hello guys. Good morning to each and everyone. I am Auntie Kiss. I am the caretaker of four furry babies. The eldest is George, the second is Sassy, and the third is Jade, and the fourth is Healthy. This is George, our eldest. Today is storytelling time. I would like to tell you a story about their lives and how I have been able to rescue them. This is George, the one that I've showed on the last video yesterday with a crooked tail. He is already 4 years old. A very, what you call this? A very calm one. A very level-headed one. Except one thing. When he is hungry. He used to snap all of his brothers when it goes near to him. I rescued George 4 years ago when I've seen when one of my late cats, have a quarrel there outside at our neighbor beside a car. And he was there, so little, so cute, only watching. He wasn't able, he was not afraid that he might be hit by those two big cats fighting. So I picked him up and I let my husband see him. Look at Lala. I've seen a cat. This is George. So by the next day, since I decided not to rescue female cats because my previous cat, female, is always delivering babies. We can't afford to have her spayed. So I decided to give her to my sister in another place. So after that, I decided not to adopt a female cat because here in the Philippines, spaying is much more costly than neutering. Neutering costs only 200 pesos, while spaying, I don't know how much it costs, maybe 1,000. So I've decided to adopt uh, a male cat. So there. As I watched George when he was still little, I thought that he is a female. So I've decided, so I think I have to let him free tomorrow. Oh, Mama Kiss is telling a story about you. Hmm? So I decided to put him back there where I found him the other day. And when I come back home, I've got a little bit guilty. What will happen to him if nobody will pick him up? So I've decided to go back and pick him up. And I decided to go back and pick him up. He also came back. We met there before I get out of the house. I met him there at my sink area. So I decided that he is for me. Later on, I discovered that George indeed is a male. So we have him neutered 2 years ago. Kuya George, oh, you love Mama Kiss. I have still one instance about him which is very memorable to me. Since I was already 50 last year, or this year, since I was already 55 years old, I've just turned 56 last October 25th. So I was 55 then by March. I've had this accident and I cannot walk that much. But I decided to go outside because I have some chores to do. Suddenly, I couldn't walk. I could not be able to even have one step ahead. It's so painful. So somebody helped me, but they won't be able to carry me back home. So we've decided so I'll just sit there beside the tree. It was George who's always been following me. Always comes back to me to that area where I was able to sit down, checking at me, hmm, checking at me, and somehow I can, I can understand that he is very anxious of me. The other cat, Sassy, only look at me and then run away. But George is the one, so I decided to to maneuver by the chair, I maneuver to be able to get back home. It was George who encouraged me. Almost, I can understand that he's somewhat telling me, it's okay, Mama Kiss, you can do it. You can get back home just slowly. I'm here. He's going back at me. And when I reach home, uh, his three brothers was here. Somewhat, I can tell that he he was in charge of the time. Maybe he told his brothers, don't go outside. Just stay here because I'll take care of Mama Kiss, who is hurt outside. That's my memory. George grew up with my husband because by that time I was still working. It was my husband who is letting him sleep, feeding him. That's why I'm not surprised that he is much closer to my husband. But that time, when that happened, I can also say that he still loves me as well and care for me. Always comes back every now and then. I was able to sit there for at least 2 hours because I've got nobody to help me. Until I carried up my courage. I've had my courage to manage using the chair to get back home. Little by little, moving forward little by little. And it was George who is there, beside me, coming back at me, looking at me, somewhat telling me that it's okay, Mama Kiss, you can carry it. You can do it. You can go back home. Just by little. So that is the story of my precious George. Hi everyone. George is a strong one, an encourager, and definitely a great therapist. Oh, what? Mama is doing nothing? I'm only telling a story. Mama Kiss is only telling a story about you, about George. You love Mama Kiss. Love Mama Kiss. Love Mama Kiss. You say goodbye. What tomorrow? Goodbye. Tomorrow, Mama Kiss will tell a story about my brother, Sassy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Tell my next video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and click the notification bell. Oh, George is angry because I get him outside. He's roaming around outside. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. God bless everyone. God bless everyone.